It is after 1 o'clock in the morning on the 8th of August, 2015, and I figured it was time for another vlog, just to say hello and to bring up a couple of things that I wanted to mention. Not anything serious, it's just, oh, and I have the dogs in here as usual, so if they start acting up, like sometimes they do, like Loki, he's looking for moths. Anyway, Loki, what are you doing? Anyway, I have a pal with me tonight. Actually, I have helping hands. You see the hands behind me, the arms. I have helping hands, arms, whatever. And then I have my friend. This is Allura. I'm no dummy, but she is. She's beautiful, isn't she? And what do I use her for? Well, sometimes I just dress her up, and other times I just, rub her head, bald head, and she's very comforting to me. For some reason, mannequins and the parts of mannequins just really, really make me happy for some reason. So I named her Allura. I got her, I think, a couple of years ago, and I have dressed her up, with different scarves and stuff. So anyway, if you're into, I hope to get a full body mannequin at some point, and then I'm also going to get some more mannequin body parts. And I would like to, if any of you are familiar with the group or Yazoo from the 80s, they had a series of album covers with mannequins placed a certain way. Maybe that's where I got it from or something, seeing those album covers. But if you have any mannequins or mannequin body parts you want to get rid of, drop me a line. Because I like them for some weird reason. Now, the reason why I am actually vlogging tonight is because I wanted to. It's too bad I can't put my glasses on her. I don't think it's gonna work, but oh, well, okay. Doesn't she look fetching? Look, she's like, I should just like cover up my face or something and like act like I'm her. I like making shit talk too. Anyway, couple things to announce, none of which really, oh, darling, fix your glasses, none of which really concern you or that you're going to care about, but I'm going to mention it anyway. And I have popcorn, so if you get bored, like, whatever, have some popcorn with me. I learned this from another blogger on YouTube called Heart. She runs a couple channels. I think one's Heartbeat, HARTBEAT, and the other one is called Queered, QUEIRD, I think it is. She's one of my favorites. And this is what she said to do when you hear people hating on you, whether it's comments or whatever online. So, like, you just sit here and you eat popcorn. Or she said you can eat salad if you're worried about popcorn being bad for you. I'm gonna eat popcorn. And apparently the dogs want it too. This is a piece of popcorn. You're gonna come and see them. This is Panda. She's a real shit too. Want some? Okay. Brian, you want some? Anyway, long story short. So when you start reading threads or comments or whatever, being really crappy or they're being trolls, just grab some popcorn. Eat it like you're watching a show. It's no big deal. It's usually about them and not you. But even if it is about you, who cares? 100 years, all new people. Anyway, what I wanted to mention was apparently there's a couple of images that the rover on Mars sent back. And one looks like a woman, like standing on a cliff or something. And the other one looks like a weird crab. It's really weird. Now, I know from being a paranormal investigator, which I will discuss in a future blog, that human beings tend to see a lot of things that aren't there. You know, we pick things out. It's like you can look at a door or something made of wood and you can find a face in it. And really, looking at these photographs that are being sent back from Mars, easy to do the same thing. Faces, women, pyramids. Oh, I'm trying to think of some of the other ones, but you get the point. Now, Allura here looks like an alien. But truly, we don't know what aliens may look like. My point of this vlog is highly unlikely that we are the only life forms, not only in this universe, but beyond. I mean, all you have to do is look at everything that's contained in our universe, and it's so overwhelming. There's no way that we're the only ones. I mean, how egocentric would that be? But I have a solution. I think they should send John Carter to Mars. I liked this movie. And you know why it didn't do any better? The marketing crew at Disney, sorry Disney, but this is true, the marketing was not done correctly. Nobody, I mean seriously, most people would not know who John Carter is, would not know that he was already a character in Edgar Rice Burroughs books. And the marketing, whoever did the marketing on this, they totally screwed it up. Like, they didn't do their jobs at all. You're gonna want to see a movie that says John Carter, doesn't tell you anything about who that is and why you should care. That's awful. Seriously. They should have at least added, like, the Princess of Mars or something. Because it was based on... Now, here they have, based on the Edgar Rice Burroughs classic novel. Well, that's fine. It was in small print on the back here, but at the same time, this is, like, the marketing sucked. Anyway, I really want them to find something on Mars. And I really want them to send John Carter, because number one, he's hot. And number two, he deserves another chance. So, the bottom line is this. Everything is solved. We are not the only ones in this universe or beyond. We're not the only ones. So, grow up, wake up. Like, this is none of this woo-woo. I mean, this is just... It's improbable or even impossible if we're the only ones. And so NASA, the scientists, governments throughout the world, whomever, they really just need to come out if they have any information and just say, look, here's what we know, here's what we don't know. Because eventually it's going to come out anyway. And I'm just talking about the statistical possibility of other life forms. Highly unlikely, I'd say impossible, as I said before, that we're the only ones. So stop treating us like children. Just be upfront with us and tell us what you don't know, what you do know, if you suspect something. I don't know what the hell that is, that crab-looking thing, but it could just be a rock formation that's just kind of weirdly shaped, but go look for it if you haven't seen it. Go look for it. And let me know what you think in the comments. Also, look for the one with the woman standing on the cliff or whatever. That one, the crab thing is really more interesting to me. But we'll talk about this later because I don't want this to be entirely I tend to do longer vlogs than I should. 2 things I need to tell you. I launched a project called Fictitious Tits. By the way, I have Bob Marley on tonight. Fictitious Tits is basically a creative platform whereby I'll be doing spoken word performances and also trying my hand at electronic music. Don't laugh at that because I'm a very big fan and have been for decades. And as you can see behind me, my husband just happened to have an, I think it's an Oxygen 8 Miniman or something. So he has some interesting equipment, and I wanted to do something just for fun, just to be creative. And why not? It seemed fun to me. I've always enjoyed electronic music. I like electronic dance music. I like all that stuff. So, but it's going to have a specific female touch to it. And I'll talk about this more later. But it's a project I'm going to do, and I want to do it, and I'm gonna. And it really doesn't matter if anybody else wants me to do it or not. So, did I have the other thing? Oh, I will put the URL on here. I have a t-shirt store called Tea and Ink, so you can actually get a Fictitious Tits t-shirt, and it's actually fingers that are turning a knob on the front, but it kind of looks like you're tweaking somebody's nipple. I don't know how else to put it, but I put that on there because I'm not worried about it. I mean, come on, grow up. And then I also have a couple of other great t-shirts in there. One is celebrating the 10-year anniversary of the group I founded, Paranormal Investigation Group, Colorado Springs Paranormal Association, CSPA, which was founded in 2005, so 10 years ago. So there's a 10-year anniversary, t-shirts, hoodies, tank tops. If you go to the link that I provided here to my t-shirt store, you can grab one of those. It has a cool haunted house on it with bats, and it celebrates the 10-year anniversary of CSPA. And then finally, I have another t-shirt that is specifically for the creative person in you or somebody that you love. And the quote is, "Existence is the ultimate manifestation of creativity." And that's a quote that just kind of came into my mind when I was on Facebook and having a conversation. But it seemed to really hit on what creativity is. I mean, the very existence of you, me, or anybody else, animal, human, whatever, that is the ultimate manifestation of creativity, to exist, to be. So, go to the URL that I'm going to be posting up here and also below this video, and please order a shirt. And if you have any questions, remember to drop me a line or comment. Be sure to like my videos, to follow my channel, and I will return the favor. If there's anything that you would like to ask, within reason, of course, let me know, and I will be glad to expound upon that. So for tonight, I think Laura and I are just going to have some time together and maybe listen to some music and do some writing and stuff like that. She's gorgeous, isn't she? I really need like a wig. I need a wig for her. I think I have a blue wig, but I have to go down in the basement, which is so much stuff down there. But then again, if I went down there, I have a couple of Ouija boards, so I could bring that up. Oh my God, don't freak out. Everybody's freaking out. Ouija board, oh my God. We'll talk about that later, or in the future, I should say. For now, have a nice weekend, and uh, take a look at that crab photograph of the possible crab on Mars. Quite frankly, I hope they find life on Mars, because that will give us something else to listen to, because I'm really sick of the news and all the BS for planet Earth. I'm ready for something new and different and exciting. And so I would be very disappointed if there was nothing out there. Pretty sure there is. It's just a matter of finding out, and then having scientists tell us what they do or do not know. So hopefully we'll find out if that was a crab. And if it is, that thing's pretty darn big. I tend to think it's just some sort of pattern that you try to make it out to say, oh, you know what a crab looks like. So you see that and you think it's a crab because you're familiar with crabs. But we'll see. It is rather intriguing, and I really hope they do find something, because it's got to be more interesting and better news and more fascinating than the stuff that we're seeing every day in the news, as far as I'm concerned. So, cheers to you. I'm going to go fill my coffee cup, do a little bit of writing, and raise some hell before I go to sleep in a few hours. And until next time, bring your popcorn, and don't forget, if somebody starts talking crap about you, start eating it. Because it's like a show, right? Alright. Take it easy. See you next time.